It was 8 months ago since I had my very first successful ping pollination. Since then, I've had some trial and error trying to pollinate my pings. I've had some success and some failures. So in this video, I just want to give you an update on how they're going. Here are the two trays that I have just specifically for my seeds germinating. Now you see the ones right here on your right. These are, actually I cleared these pots the other day because these are the pots that were not successful. So no seed germinations here. And the trays that are on, or the pots that are on my left, are the ones that either are in process of germination or have been successful. But first, let's take a look at the failures, because you're always going to get failures, so don't give up. I'm just going to show you some of the tags. So I tried to cross a Laoiana red with a LRCA. That was this like March 3rd, not a success. Here's another one, a Laoiana amarginata crossed with a Laoiana tangerine, February 25th, not a success. A marginata with another marginata with a purple flower. So I just tried to do the same cross, not a success. A marginata with a dusky dream back in January, not a success. Estrelita and a marginata back on February 8th, not a success. A marginata purple, just crossed with itself, did not work out. And the last one here, we have a Morinensis with a Dusky Dreams, and that one did not work out too. So whenever you're writing your tags, always remember the first name is the receiver of the pollen, i.e. like the mother plant, and then the second name is the pollen that you're giving to the first plant. And I always date it. I always date it when I pollinate the ping flowers. All right, so let's check out the success that I've had so far. This is the very first successful seed germination I've ever had. It was with my Ampasi and Agnata El Lobo back in December 4th. As you can see, the pings are still super small. Super tiny. I'm talking, this has been 8 months. 8 months and you're still super small. And I think over the course of the time, I've actually changed my substrate. So this was like my original substrate that I've used. Since then, I've started to use a little bit more rockier substrate, and you can possibly see like the difference. So that was my very first successful pollination. I believe that this was the original pot that it was in. You can see Agnata El Lobo. Oh, actually, I mislabeled this because it was the Ampasi that was like the receiver of the Agnata El Lobo. So this is actually mislabeled. The names should be switched. You can see here, this is my original substrate. And you can see still how tiny they are. The second one, I'm going to try to do this in date order here. So Laoiana with the red flower and a marginata with a white flower. There we go. This was March 7th. You can see the date right there, 3/7. So a couple of the pings have started to grow a little bit bigger. This one right here, the one right here at the bottom, that is the largest ping I have out of all of my seedlings. So you can see like the size of like my finger. Still, look how small that is. This cross right here, I'm actually super excited for, a neon raspberry with a Laoiana red. I've done it back on May 6th. This is probably my most prolific seed germinations that I've had. You look at all those babies. So this is what I'm super excited for. I've updated my substrate to be a little bit more rockier. You can see I no longer use any peat moss in any of my seedlings to start. So what I've done was I've switched it from my normal peat, vermiculite, and pumice to really just two things. It's really vermiculite and horticultural sand. Yeah, so check out all those babies. So this is my most prolific batch. Another Lawiana red with our marginata white. I have not seen any seedlings start to germinate. So to me, that this is another failure. So here's the newest one. I'm just waiting. I am waiting to see if they will germinate. You don't see anything right now. You can see the date. It's July 5th. So this is very recent. It's a en passé with a Lawiana marginata cross. I am hoping over time that these seeds will germinate. But nothing to show just yet. Typically you have to wait about, typically the signs of seeing your seeds germinate has, in my experience, been about like 4 weeks or so. You can obviously see when they start to germinate, you'll get little green specks in your substrate. Well, that's my progress update of my ping seeds germinating. Yes, I have failures, I have success, but overall, what you really want to do is just to try. I've never done this before. About 8 months ago. Since then, I have, what was it, about 3 or 4 successful ping germinations or seed germinations. So what do I gotta say to those of you that may be struggling with it? Well, just keep on trying. Obviously, you can, grow your pingdom by propagating. That's obviously the easiest way. But I think really the coolest way is to actually create new hybrids of pings. And obviously, you can do this for many different kind of like plants and your different plant species. But I think it's just fun. I like to see what will the end results become. I'm just waiting for it to, flower, but, looking at those like really tiny, pings right now, it's gonna take like a long time. So I'm kind of questioning myself. I'm trying to understand how and when do they get like much bigger? Just like the pings that I have that are, like the leaves are about 2 to 3 inches long. How long is that gonna take? I don't know. I've heard from other growers that they are also in the same similar boat. So I am not, I'm not an outlier. This is pretty normal from what I've heard. If you have like a different experience, I would love to hear your comments about how you are making new hybrids or how you're progressing in your seed growth. I would definitely like to hear what's your substrate, maybe like the lighting, or do you fertilize it? Because right now I just bottom water it. I don't fertilize it just yet. I'm not sure if that's gonna help it or not, or, make them not grow. I'm not sure. So I hope you like this update about how my seedlings are progressing. So keep on trying out there. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and until the next one. All right, take care, everybody. All right, bye-bye.